son, I love him. For him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me.
Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check one.
There you go. 368. 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers. Hands up.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Taken in at the 11. Well, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Single. Hey, watch number 33.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Here we go. 180.
Let's set a
tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Check 99. Check 99. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
Switch, switch, switch.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try again with Cook. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Bengals grab it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it.
Preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know they've become regular season. He's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Hands up. BAT.
I'm trying to collect.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Mike 57, Mike 57. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On the ground, it's Cook. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Watch the twits. Watch the twits.
21. Here we go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
That's going to be a
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now it's the backup Finley. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give to Anderson here out of the gun. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Finley from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot. Because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 2nd down, and 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Charlie, 64, weak.
Check hot, hot. 58, boys, 58, 58.
Back to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Finley. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Here's Anderson. He's got it on the draw. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 45 on 2nd down. Finley. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. C.J. Uzomah, 45 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This quarterback now just 1 of 6 since coming in, but that last one good enough to get him a first down.
Sponge. No. Showing it. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. All day, just like that.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Crunch. Under 10. 10. Go, hit it.
On 2nd down, this is Madison.
Undercut.
Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
91.
That's the way.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Finley, he's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Haywood!
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Ready?
From the gun, Finley. He's going to let this one go deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Greg Zerline set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
60 outlaw. General West.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Check 25. Check 25.
2.
They'll run it with Madison. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They're going to look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watching it by. I want that.
Topper!
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Out.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. looking to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 7.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line.
X3, 218, chop it.
Again, they're going to go with Boone. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard brings up
6-6,
3rd
pull it
and 5.
high.
Okay, Brady, I'm seeing you.
He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Finley setting up on first down. Open man is Uzoma. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down throw for Finley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Anderson. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw, Finley. And Anderson's got it.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. He'll return it from the 6. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Going on the ground with Madison. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. They'll run with Madison. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Madison. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. First down, here's the run with Anderson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Well, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now the Bengals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Finley. And he comes back with one complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Hey, General West.
Check 3, check 3.
They go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
55 is Mike, guys, 55. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Watch the safety creep. Big grip, big grip.
Now back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off near the 42. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Hey, exit.
Following the interception, Finley. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
On 3rd down, Finley. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Target.
Check 4. Hey, lock it.
Tight go.
Ready.
2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
I got it. Whip. Watch the whip. Mike.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, they run to Madison. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
22 jet bomber. Get it.
Going to run with Madison again. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. This quarterback now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Olabisi Johnson there to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And they work this well upfield across the 40.